So while I'm doing the high steer, changing the knuckles and all, now's the time to take the carrier out and change the inner seals. I noticed oil leaking out the driver's side, dripping down, so that's no good. While you're in there, right? So I'm gonna start taking this all apart. I don't know. Hopefully it should go well. Alright, let's get this track bar fully out of the way first. This is gonna all be getting replaced. I think I'm gonna end up changing the pitman arm as well to get the geometry right. One of the reasons I really haven't mentioned it, that I'm doing the high steer, one of the things is the geometry is not 100% right now, and I do get a little bit of bump steer. It's really not that bad, by the way, with the way I have it set up. But yeah, I'd like to make it a little bit better, and I'm gonna have the ability to do so now. So let's ooh. That was tight. Usually that stuff slides right off. All right. Now, hammer's always the answer, right? Very rarely does a hammer not fix things. There we go. Oh, come on. Probably gonna regret that. Let's see. I just like to not lose stuff. All right, let's start taking the cover off. So I don't have any concern about taking all the top bolts off, but you see these ones have been, they've been modified by the rocks. Slowly doing a shave kit manually. But here, let's see. I don't know if this is gonna show you, but yeah, they're pretty rough. So hopefully I can get them out with like just some pliers, maybe some locking pliers. Let's see. All right, well, let's get the ones we know we can get first. This is I believe it's a 3/8 12 point. I don't know. Would maybe if you guys could leave in the comments, is there something else you would use? This seems, I don't know. I guess I gotta order some more, at least for the bottom. But I guess if I could just keep some on hand, that would be fine. These are all coming out without a problem. So probably speed this up so you don't have to get bored. Oh, there it is. Alright, shortcut time. Adapter on adapter. Okay, now let's get to the hard ones. Alright, so let's see if we can get any grab with these guys. There we go. Whoa. Hey there. That got exciting. It's probably not a bad idea to smooth this down anyway before I take it apart. I'm going to try to make this one be a little more persuasive to the pliers by freeing up any of this cold fusion welding that's happened because of the rocks. And I made that up. I don't know if that's a real thing. So let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna go with a bigger wrench using my Benchmark abrasive cutoff wheels. You need stuff pretty good. I've done really well with their stuff. They actually sponsor. We do a dinner for the Xterra event, and they're one of the sponsors. So if you're going to ECXE this year, come Friday night to our dinner that we throw on. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and you might win some cool stuff like some Benchmark abrasive stuffs, and you can cut off pain in the ass bolts too. Don't do that. You lose stuff like hands. Finally. Alright, pretty good. I didn't cut into the cover like I usually cut into the stuff I'm not supposed to cut into. But now we will be able to get the pliers on it better when the cover is off and get that stud out. Alright, always wear eye protection. See? Yeah, safety. It's number 4. Alright, we're starting to get it. I found a spot. I think it's pretty cool the way. Look at how the line is where the where the wear is. I'll have to clean that up a little bit still, but it's coming. Oh, here it goes. You can feel it almost. Oh, there you go. All right. Wow. Oil looks pretty clean, actually. Sucks though. This diff takes like 8 gallons of gear oil, and also gear oil is one of my least favorite automotive fluids. It's just smelly and nasty and like all that. I'm gonna try to let it drain out first because it's a mess otherwise. If the whole cover comes off, I'm kind of screwed. It's gonna gush. Whoosh. Mmm, yummy. And this cover is heavy, so when it comes off, it's gonna be, you know, heavy. Okay. All right, let's pull this cover down now. Why didn't I lift it up higher? Everybody's the same height when we're ducked down like this. Oh, yummy. And there you go. Oil looks good. Doesn't look no metallic, which is nice. Oh yeah, a little sludge at the bottom, but that's normal. Everything looks good. I don't see any chunks missing, any weirdness. These are factory gears that were set up by the factory, 430. I never changed them. It seems to be working pretty well with a Spartan locker I put in the middle. You can put that locker in without having to mess with the gears. And I mean, I got like 20,000 miles on it, so I guess I did it right, or did it right enough that it has not fallen apart. So what we gotta do now is take the caps off, take the carrier out, and figure out how to change those seals on the inside. All this for stupid seal, right? Crazy. And I gotta get this out still. That's gonna be no big deal. Must have been basically fused to the cover because, yay, which is good. That means a new one will go right in. So that's like one less problem I've got to consider. All right, so taking these caps off. The caps have to go back on the same side, the same orientation that they came off. It's very important. they are machined with the housing. From my understanding, if these caps break, pretty much screwed. I'm sure there's people that have got away. I mean, I guess you could get it all remachined and everything for, you know, these aren't that expensive, so not sure that would be worth it. But I put the same bolts back in, the same spots and everything as well. So alright, so I took that one off, put it down there. Keep them the same orientation, like I said. You need to go back on the same way. Now, I don't know. There you go. Alright, this guy could be pretty heavy. If I remember to slide right out pretty well. There it goes. We don't want to lose those either, and make sure those stay on the right side. So, put those back on. There you have it. And there you have it. So you can see I got the pinion. Looks good, nice and tight. So I assume that I've got the new style in here. I'm replacing it with the old style, I believe. This is apparently preferred. So I'm gonna have to take that out, press this in, some kind of press. Let me see what I can do on that. All right, so to get the old axle seals out, best way to do it, pull the axles and beam out from the outside. There is a special tool set for this, so let's get the shaft out of here. Oh, gear oil, yay. And then you got to make sure this is hitting the seal, because it could there's a lip. Oh, please be long enough. Oh, it's just long enough. There. Here it is. All right, so I got the new seal in. I made a little press here. Mine's gonna press each side in one at a time. You just wanna make sure everything's right so you're not binding up or anything like that. There's tools you can buy that are probably more better, but poor people gotta do poor things. So the way I have it set up, I'm gonna press it in. So I'm replacing, I wanna make sure it doesn't bind here. This had the 2-piece seals in it, and I'm replacing it with the older 1-piece seals, which are apparently better, especially if you gotta pull the axle out on the trail. I don't know, the internet said so. I'm gonna keep pushing it until it's flush in there. There is no stop, so you can push it too far, so be careful. This tool should push it in flush, hopefully. We'll see how it works. So, yeah. Yeah, just take your time. Check to make sure there's no binding of your tool on anything. I'm using some rods, some old washers, a piece of a old ball joint press that doesn't work anymore, but the cups are worth their weight in gold. So one per side. The way I set this tool up is that I can do them one at a time. I'm sure there are tools that'll do them both at the same time. Not that adventurous. Now let's do the other side. Slowly watch it press in. There you go. Damn it. All right, so seals are in. Time to put the carrier back in. Before we do that, we should clean it up. I mean, there's some dirt and stuff that got in here. Clean's important in this type of stuff. These are the worst brake cleans. Now I see why they're on discount. Do you see how much drips out as I... Oh my God, I'm gonna die. Don't buy brake clean at the swap meet. All right, so we got the carrier back in. Bolts are snugged up. A little tiny tab of red Loctite on each bolt just because it makes me sleep better at night. Now we're gonna torque them, 85 foot-pounds. I don't know, that's what it says, but everything's good otherwise. Everything's good and tight, and yeah, I'm gonna need 2 hands for this, but I'm gonna just go ahead and torque these guys down. Let's make it look pretty. Get a little primer on it. Oh, it's the windiest day ever. Gotta paint like in between the wind. At least it's blowing towards my neighbor's house. So this is a little bit of primer. It's actually a cool color. I bet you can't wait to find out what color I'm painting this. Probably the whole reason you're still watching, if you're still watching. Some people may have been like, I'm out, it's taking too long. Well, because the color's coming up next. All right, most important part of the build. What color am I putting on the diff cover that's been beat to hell already? I have a pretty strict rule about paint colors for stuff like this. It has to be paint for some unfinished project or leftovers, because I ain't spending any more money. So the color is... All right, if you guessed this right, put it in the comments. I'm sure somebody got it. It's oregano. Woo! This diff cover is gonna match... Oh, that's ugly. It's gonna match the hamper perfectly in my upstairs bathroom. This color, I think it dries different. God, I hope it dries different. It is not a pretty color. All right, well, let me get a couple coats on it and we'll see what it looks like. Gotta clean up those gasket, well, not gasket, surface areas, but mating, how about mating areas? Like 2 tires in the Serengeti. Getty? No, Jetty's water. Serengeti. That's a good way to remember it. In case you ever have that come up in conversation. All right, so now we'll just get to... And there you go. Diff cover's back on. You don't have to torque the bolts for the diff cover. I like to do it because at least I know they're all similarly tight. I put it at 35. I think that's right. Now I'm just gonna let this cure. I use the 1 minute stuff, so I really don't need to, but I'll let it cure overnight. I'm in no rush before I fill it up with more gear oil. Cool. Well, listen, appreciate you watching. Keep up. We're gonna be putting the high steer on next. Put the axles back in, which is axles back in is kind of part of this job, but this is a lot of while you're in there stuff. And yeah, so hopefully I'll have that next video up soon because I gotta get this all done so I can get to wheeling. Adios.